your phones. You're hiding behind people with guns after criticizing those of us who legally own them. Get the hell out of your elitist egghead tower, put on your big boy pants, face the music, and start answering some questions.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Judge Jeanine Pirro.
Thank you, and hello, and welcome to the United States of America, where a dead terrorist bomber from Chechnya has more rights than an American citizen, a district attorney, a judge, a corrections officer, and law-abiding citizens. Now, let me tell you how out of sync our country has become. We are so far from the fundamental values of our founding fathers that America is almost unrecognizable. Our society is so out of whack that last week, in the aftermath of the Boston massacre, the governor of Massachusetts actually refused to reveal the amount of taxpayer money we gave to a terrorist on the grounds of privacy. Privacy? What privacy? Governor, it was our hard-earned money. You give our money to a terrorist who murdered Americans, who blinded, deafened, and blew the arms and legs off innocent civilians, who turned the city of Boston into a lockdown war zone of casualties, amputees, and a guaranteed future post-traumatic distress. And now you want to protect his privacy? You want to protect his rights? He's dead. He has no privacy. He's a terrorist and he has no rights. But on the other hand, it's okay to invade my privacy and publish my name and where I live in an interactive map because I am a lawful gun owner. Which is why this girl from New York City in high heels is standing here in Texas in front of you. And, excuse me, in front of you all. Or y'all. Now, it all started when the Journal News, and that is a part of the Gannett newspaper chain, published the names and addresses of all the legal gun owners in my county in a pedophile-like interactive map. The same kind of map that they use to track and identify pedophiles. Now ask yourself, why would they do that? Their lame excuse? In the aftermath of the Newtown shootings, we felt that it was important to share as much information as we could about gun owners. What? In the aftermath of the massacre of 20 innocent 5- and 6-year-old children, this liberal rag thought it was important to what? To out us. Now think about that. Important to out us in the aftermath of the killing of children. How dare you connect law-abiding citizens like me, exercising my Second Amendment right to a sick mass murderer of children. And how dare you compare me to a nut job on the lunatic fringe, in desperate need of medication, doing nothing but watching Hollywood's blood-soaked movies and playing the liberal Hollywood's violent video games for days at a time. Now, I've spent my career on the battlefield where the fight between good and evil unfolds every day. I have investigated, arrested, indicted, tried, and sentenced criminals. I have sought, signed, and executed search warrants, bench warrants, and wiretaps. As a prosecutor, a criminal court judge, and a 3-time elected district attorney, I have been in the trenches with the worst of the worst. And you dare expose me, my home, and my family? They exposed everyone. The battered woman, hiding from her abuser, whose privacy the courts have tried to protect for years. The corrections officer, whose family is now in jeopardy because the inmate now knows exactly where his jailer and family lives. The witness who testified in court for the benefit of all of us, hoping never again to see the criminal that he helped convict. And when the heat is turned up and we want answers, the newspaper, the one that can't wait to trash you because of your political differences, the one that sends reporters to your home, that calls you incessantly, that waits at the bus stop to talk to your own kids on the way to school, the one that prints whatever innuendo they want, the one that buys ink by the barrel, they can't talk. They went into hiding, and in the ultimate display of their fear and their hypocrisy, they hire men with guns from the very danger they created to protect them. This after criticizing us, who legally own guns, because of their liberal, leftist, anti-gun agenda. The ones who keep trying to chip away at our Second Amendment rights by banging their First Amendment drum. And how do they do that? By connecting all of us to a mental misfit who's a mass murderer. These people, all of them at the Journal News, they literally hid in their homes. They wouldn't come out. They pulled down the shades. They slammed the door in our faces. They were like deer in the headlights. We couldn't believe it. You want to endanger me and my safety, and yet you want to hide, and everything you want everyone else to do, you won't do? At the end of the day, I'm exercising my Second Amendment right. And that is something that I have a right to do. And you publish where we live. Did you even think about this? Did you even think about the consequences? Would they be responsible if our homes were broken into, or worse? Would you even apologize for giving gang members and drug dealers the locations of where we live, where guns are, and where guns are not? Many of us have been threatened for years. We have reasons for having guns, and they are none of your damn business. And when I told them to get the hell out of their elitist egghead tower and to put on their big boy pants and face the music and start answering those questions, they hid. They never answered. You know, last week, I trashed the jihadi mom, the mother of those Boston bombers. And you know, I got a lot of criticism that I was denigrating all Muslims based on the actions of a few. Now I have an idea. How about you not blame all gun owners for the actions of a few? know crime. I understand crime. It's what I did for 30 years. And you think that by disarming legal gun owners, you're going to put an end to gun violence? As the chief law enforcement officer of a county of 1 million people, I know of only one homicide committed with a legal gun. It's not the legal gun owners you have to worry about. It's the illegal gun owners who are killing us. And by the way, imagine that you lived in Boston 3 weeks ago, a literal war zone, a city on lockdown. People are ordered not to come out of their homes. Terrorist bombers are on the loose. And you want me to believe I'm safer without a gun? And more than that, you want to dictate to me how many bullets are enough in my magazine? Who are you to tell me how many bullets I need to protect myself? And who are you to tell me when the threat is over, when it's my life on the line and you are nowhere to protect me? Now, if the Obama administration had their way, we could be like Chicago. After all, they're safer in the president's hometown now, aren't they? The murder capital of America. Now, why is it the murder capital of America? Because they've taken away guns from everyone but the criminals. That's the mentality that's got thousands of victims in Chicago killed in the first place. Mr. President, with all due respect, it's in your hometown where children are shot at so often they don't even run when they hear gunfire. And hey, how about that clearance rate? In Chicago, there's a 75% chance that no one will be held accountable for a killing, let alone arrested, and God forbid, even convicted. In Chicago, as the murder rate goes up, gun prosecutions go down. But no surprise there. Mr. President, it is your administration that was furiously shipping assault rifles directly into the hands of the Mexican cartels for free. The same guns that were used to kill us. And you want to know how to stop gun crime? I'll tell you how. You prosecute gun crime and gun trafficking and gun homicides. You arrest the criminal, who, by the way, couldn't care less about your harebrained idea of registering, insuring, taxing, and tracking their guns. You want to prosecute gun crimes? Here's a few tips. You get a confidential informant. You get some undercover officers. You do some surveillance, get a search warrant, a wiretap, and then you have probable cause, everything you need to start making arrests. But you actually have to prosecute the cases. And you don't do it by taking guns away from law-abiding citizens like us, and you call us rednecks? And so, you want to hold me up to public disdain by telling people that I'm a gun owner and therefore dangerous. And you want to tell me what kind